Hello, everyone. Give me a second to set that up. You two are good. We're just gonna make sure that YouTube's up and running first. Man, I gotta get back on track. It's been 3 weeks. I gotta get back on track, y'all. Uh-oh. I see I'm having a couple little issues with this. 1 second. Something is off. Yep. Hold on. That's better. Now my microphone's at max. I was like, you're very low. That's why we can check levels. All right, all right, all right. Here we go, here we go. Take me there. Oh, I'm on the... No wonder I'm not streaming. I'm on the wrong account, dude. 1 sec. Boop. Here we go. We are... the youth of the nation? No. Well, the undead of the nation, actually. YouTube is in fact up and running, which means now it is time to pop on Twitch, make sure that's all good to go. It has been 3 weeks since I last streamed. This is probably the longest break from streaming I've taken in well over a year, really. So take me in. Let's make sure everything's good to go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to... Wow, it really has been 3 weeks. That's crazy. That's so many weeks to not stream. Ace out here, a friend of the stream Ace, like, out here crushing his streaming every day thing. Whew. I don't know how he's doing it. I'm trying to keep up with the upload a video every day, and it is killing me. I'm so close to not being able to do that, and I don't like it, but we're here. Oh wait, I see we have a plus. What is this? What is this? Engage with my audience. Oh, interesting. These are new. This was not there yet. Okay, 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 okay. Let's make a poll. Oh, sorry, that's not the one that I wanted. Uh, spooky season sessions for your group? I don't know how long them polls take. Oh, I have to tell them when to stop? All right, that's fine. But yeah, we're back. Okay. We are absolutely back, y'all. Oh, I have notifications here. What's this? Is there new stuff? Blah 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 blah. Okay. It's telling me there's something new, but there's actually nothing new because of course there wouldn't be. I want to make an on-screen celebration for Angie. Unleash the celebration. I actually have no idea what that does. So, hey, why not? But, poll's running. Hey, Waz! Hello! Poll's running on YouTube because it was like, hey, this is a new feature. And I was like, alright, I guess. Who dis? Long time no see! It's nice to be back. It is very nice to be back. We're back for spooky season! There's a lot of fun spooky season stuff coming our way too. But yeah, do you guys do spooky season events for your groups? And do you fold them in to the ongoing campaign or just do one shots? Ooh, looks like Shin's gonna be late. I assume DM Lacara is also going to be late. I haven't heard from anybody else today, so we'll see how well this is going. It is our first time back in so long. 3 whole weeks since we've had a chance to chat with everybody. But I figured since The votes were for races, lineages, whatever you want to call them, y'all. We might as well do some actual spooky season related races to play as. So today, we're going to take a peek at not one, but two different varieties of Awakened Undead. There is actually a lot to unpack in both of these because they have a whole bunch of sub-races. So we're hopefully going to make it through. If we start a little late, then we're probably going to end up going a little late as well. Uh-oh, it says I have something new down here too. What is happening? Oh, they added a watch streak. That's what it's trying to tell me. It tried to tell me on desktop, but it didn't work. Apparently, you can double, triple, or whatever your amount of channel points if you keep watching. What kind of food? I'm kind of hungry. Also, I was like, yeah, I perfectly planned this out. My family's not going to bother me. I'm going to do absolutely great. I have nothing to worry about. And the minute I hit the button to start stream on OBS, my belly was like, and I was like, can we not? Like, can we not do this first day back? How about we don't do this? Like, you could just chill out, Tum Tum. Ooh, I do have to open up one thing that I forgot to open. I'll open the poll for later. Since now I know it will minimize things if I minimize it. DM Roundtable stuff. Here's my poll. Thank you. That's what I wanted. Appreciate that. Cool. I'm okay with you yapping with us. Actually, I haven't heard from DM Lacara in like a couple hours, which is unusual. Hoping everything is okay on her side. Because I wanna talk about D&D with y'all. Yeah. I will give them until 8:10 to join me. Then I will start because there is a lot to go over today. I originally was planning on 3 things. I just held up 2 fingers, even though I said 3 because I'm an idiot. But there were originally 3 things I wanted to go over, but I figure since it's our first time back in 3 whole weeks, and both of these have quite a bit of information in them, I don't know if we're actually going to be able to finish the 3 of them. And now part of me is like, I chose the 2 that have the most information. I'm like, maybe I should have chosen one with a lot of information and one that was just, here's the race. But we shall see. We have time. Ooh, stuff. I like stuff. Also, I want to give a huge shout out to the Enclave community. It's the TTRPG that we played a week or 2 before we went on hiatus. We got to play with their creator. The Enclave Aspirant, which is kind of like Enclave 2E. Kickstarter is currently going on right now. You can go back it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take you there before we start. So, if I could spell, it would be better. Here we go. This is a diceless, tableless TTRPG. And character creation, super simple. Your character sheet has very little on it. I'm going to show you guys my level 2 character. I should have turned on the light so you could actually oh, now you can read it okay. This is my level 2 character. This is everything I need to know. This is their stats over here, their abilities, the gear that they have equipped. This is like their backstory, and like that's the whole thing. Those are the 3 stats. This is the wrong side. Those are the 3 stats they're really good at. I'm level 2 because the way you level up in Enclave is you play that many missions and you get to that level. So I played 2 missions. I'm level 2. And when you level up, you get to upgrade your stats. Plus, you get to upgrade one of your abilities. So I upgraded. The character that I'm playing has an ability called Shield Wall. And Shield Wall lets me summon like a ghostly phalanx. I chose to upgrade that so that when I apply my ghostly phalanx of shields, um, I can also put a set of ghostly armor on someone else in the vicinity. I specifically wrote humanoid, but I feel like they're going to let me do whatever. Like if I need to protect an animal of some kind, they'll let me put the armor on them. Switching back to this camera. Yes. Yes. Ooh, is it time for us to log in and get, well, if you already have Oberon, do you get another one? Because I'll log in just to get that other one so that I can delete them and take their slot. I'll do that. If that's still a thing. I don't know if that's still a thing. I have not played in so long. Uh, what Grimjack said was 100% correct. I log in like once a year. Sometimes like 2-3 times a year. I'll do like one thing while I'm on. But I'll log in and the Ortis will be like, "Hey, you have some mail," and I'll be like, "Aight," and I'll log in and it'll just be a bunch of stuff that Grimjack sent me, and I'll be like, "Oh, thank you. I don't know what any of this is," and I'll claim it, and then I'll log back out. Okay, so I do have some time. I have to update it on the. I got into this argument with Grimjack where I was like, I kept Warframe on my PS4 because there's no point in me putting on the PS5. And he's like, but it loads faster on the PS5. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm not going to uninstall it and then reinstall it over here. That's just silly. It's already installed. I'll sit through the longer load times. Whatever, man. Whatever, man. Oh, I just realized something. Let me check something. La 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 la. Okay, I was like, wait, did I not have a mic while I switched cameras? Because if so, that would honestly be kind of funny and also kind of fitting. Like, oh, I didn't set up right. Listen, it's been 3 weeks. I barely know what's happening anymore. I don't know why YouTube still says there's something special in this plus section. Plus section. Oh, it's still switch to members only. I'm like, no, I don't wanna. But yes, please do check out Enclave Aspirant. Super simple game. I'm gonna post the links in both chats, just in case you want to go check it out. Um, this weekend they had an event in the Enclave Discord server to see if they could get 12 games in 24 hours, and we did it, which means that those of us who participated, if we ordered physical items for the Kickstarter, we're going to get an Enclave badge. Because you're like an agent of... I think the closest equivalent would be like the librarians slash SCP is who you work for in Enclave. So you can go anywhere in the multiverse. They call it Manifold. But you can go anywhere in the multiverse, get assigned to any job. And people have superpowers, what have you. Like everyone who works for them is a metahuman in some way. What has happened? Oh. I am a backer. It's true. But it's a fun game. And weird thing is, if you hang out on their Discord, Robbie has a section with like teasers, or like, I guess it is leaders. I was gonna say like oh my god, controlled leaks, I guess, because there's like 20 regular classes in Enclave, but The community makes classes. Robbie makes extra classes. He has like another like 150 classes ready to go, which is crazy. Because it's super simple. Like when you make your class, you're like, oh, you have default gear, then you have 3 optional gears of which you can choose one, and then you have 3 abilities. And with aspirant, you're gonna have more abilities that you get as you level up. Right now, they don't really have that ability. You're just upgrading one of your already existing abilities if you're playing a 1E, whatever you want to call it. Excuse me, but I digress. I see people popping into chat, but I don't think that they're joining the call just yet, and that's fine. I will say that we all know and love KibblesTasty, okay? We've gone over plenty of stuff. I've gone over plenty of stuff in solo supplementals as well. But there's lots of cool stuff here. And as far as I can tell, the most updated version of this is the GM Binder version, which has a lot more extra stuff, like in the license and the credits and the blah, blah, blah changelog. I checked the PDF. PDF doesn't seem like it's updated as much. This is obviously the oldest version because it wasn't updated. I will, in 1 minute, I will share with you the GM Binder version of Awakened Undead. Or if you're on GM Binder, he sure did update this, but instead, he did not update the title of Race Awaked Undead. But it is spooky season, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. There's a lot of things in here. Listen, I generally speaking think Kibbles has a really good handle on balance and stuff. It's just sometimes I'm like, whoa, bro. And again, a lot of the stuff that whoa, bro, is situational, but hey, whatever. So, the time has come for us to start. I am sorry for the rest of the DMs for missing the beginning. I don't know what's wrong with me right now. I'm just gonna hurry on up and switch over the music because it is time for us to check out KibblesTasty's Awakened Undead. If you would give me just a moment. I put AU, and I know later on my notes I'm going to read that as alternate universe, and it's going to confuse me. That's fine. If you are on YouTube right now, you can drop the description of this very video down to get the link for this page. However, as I just stated, I think the most updated version is the version on the GM Binder. So if you're on YouTube, drop that Reddit, and then you can go straight to Kibbles' post, which will take you to the GM Binder and the PDF. But the GM Binder looks like it was updated more recently than the PDF. For those of you on Twitch, here is the GM Binder link for Awakened Undead. I don't know why I made that like oddly sexual. That was weird. I'm sorry. Oh, you can only do 30 minutes max? Okay. You know what? I'm just going to do manually unpinned or until end of stream. Boom. Because we're going to be here a while. I can almost guarantee it. For those of you who will be joining us in the DM chat, I'm going to post this. Boop. First order of business for the night. But yes, we are here with KibblesTasty's Awakened Undead. Because it's spooky season! I'm going to make this bigger. I don't know if I'm going to read all of this, but I feel like in this case, I will. Listen, we're coming back from 3 weeks of hiatus. I guess I'm reading a lot. So, Awakened Undead. You are the skeletal remains of what once was a living creature. You are both the power that animates these remains and bound to the remains themselves. The source of your second life varies. Perhaps risen as a mindless undead by a necromancer you eventually awakened sentience. Perhaps you are a fey spirit that inhabited the bones and got stuck. Or perhaps you're a fiendish creature bound to this form to walk the material plane. There are many options for how you ended up in this predicament, but beware, your new life is as fragile as any mortal, and you can die as they do. This is a unique and flexible race where your exact nature depends on several factors of your circumstance, and it presents unique traits and challenges, including some large conveniences and inconveniences that can lead to non-standard circumstances, particularly around healing. That is very important because, oh. Num, 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 num. Are they the siblings? Num, 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 num. Normally you can't heal undead things. Like, healing magic doesn't work on them. And it's not like white magic and Final Fantasy type thing where you're like, I heal you and it hurts. It just doesn't do anything because there's nothing to heal. This version of Undead, as we're going to get into later, I haven't read the whole thing, but I've read bits and pieces of it. Your bones really have a big impact on how you will function as a game, as a character in the game. So we'll see how well that works out. There's a lot of variability. But your awakened undead traits. Being undead is not normal. Correct. This is a race that will always be under the approval of a DM. Listen, it's homebrew. They have to okay it anyway. But being undead will not be a normal player experience. If your nature is revealed, the vast majority of creatures will find you either terrifying or a threat to be destroyed. Very, very true. Most people are going to freak the fuck out when they see you. They're going to be like, oh, what the hell? There is also... That was a spooky... I haven't heard the... Blah, 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 blah. That was cool. I like that. Hi.
Oh, is it doing the Halloween thing?
Yeah. I waved.
Nice.
No one can see it.
Hi.
Welcome, welcome. One and all to the
Are we
Undead
doing
Show.
spooky stuff?
Yes, we are. Ooh. Okay, so just to catch you up, the link on YouTube that everyone has takes you to the Reddit post, but it looks like the GM binder is the most updated version of this, so I'm just going off that one.
Mm-hmm.
The PDF looks like my brain just stopped because when we get to the other one, the author replied at some point to someone by saying it was late, and like my brain can't get past that. We're not at that point to make jokes about it, but one of the replies is actually, oh, it was late. And I just,
Our favorite running joke.
Yeah.
I have the art for that like half finished. I really,
Yes!
really need to finish that. It's been sorry. I've been lost in Enclave for like a week.
How many games have you played?
Over the weekend 2, and I'm scheduled for another 2 at least.
Hell yeah!
It's so addictive. I've been like making the rounds of all the main conduits. They're so good.
Ooh. I kind of want to play with Mal as a conduit. Just because I feel like he's... Okay, so DM Lacara and I played in a game with Mal as like another player, but he is also a conduit. And when we finished our game, we were kind of just chilling in their Discord, and they were like, we need other people to play. And he was like, I'll start a game right now. Does everyone in this chat want to get in on a game? And I was like,
I do.
But I have things to do.
I mean, also, footnote that we got off that game at like 10:30 at night.
Yeah.
I don't know how much later that was. I know, I wanted to hang out with all of them, and I knew that some of the other like regulars were coming on, but it was late. It was genuinely late. But it's so good. But I think so. They're doing this challenge. I know you know this, Scott. I'm like saying this for the channel. They're doing a challenge right now while the Kickstarter is going that if at least 12 missions get run within a set number of hours, starting at 24 and decreasing by 1 hour each time it's attempted,
Oh.
you get a special like giveaway item, which is one of the Enclave badges with a special engraving on the back, and each one is different each time it's completed. So it set off the super competitive streak in apparently like half the Discord server. So Mel was like, "Oh, so Robbie didn't think we could do this? Watch this." So now there's like at least 3 different versions of the challenge getting planned right now. And I'm pretty sure Mel is going to be conduiting at least one of them.
Hell
So
yeah.
if you wanna jump in on the dragons one that they're planning, which sounds amazing, I'm definitely signing up for that one.
Ooh.
They're speccing out dragons as each of the main conduit classes, and then running a
Ooh.
mission with each one where you have to fight that kind of dragon,
Oh,
which is like right up your alley.
This is pretty sick. I did shout out Enclave Aspirant at the beginning of the stream too, being like, "Yo, go help him out."
Yeah.
I also will say that the community manager Zella she was our conduit over the weekend, but she's also putting up flyers IRL like in their area that are like, "Oh, come play a game that was locally created." And I was like, "Oh my god." And like they were talking yesterday about how there are people running games IRL right now. And I was like, "Oh, that's sick." Cuz you don't need like minis or anything to play. It's just all by mouth. Yeah.
Theater of the mind. Theater of the mind.
Yeah. I was like, you do it all orally, and then I was like, I don't want to say that.
No, but it's cool. And if I had anything as cool as a game store around me that I actually went to, I had one. It closed during the pandemic.
Boo!
Yeah. If people have those, then they have like a folder where you can go and download the poster and like ask your friendly local game store to post it.
I was supposed to send. I was gonna send Zella this, but I found somebody on Reddit had posted looking for players poster, and you can change the logo in the background, but it's basically just like a bounty board thing that you slap up, and they're like, whenever you need to use it, like this is free to use, set it for whatever system you're on, and just throw that up somewhere if you want to start a game. And I was like, that's genius. I'm going to use it.
Yeah. It's good stuff. Yeah, so I've been down that rabbit hole, so I have not done any of my usual stuff, and that it was late art is taking me forever because I'm not actually an artist and I suck at this. So I keep starting it and being like, nope, not that one, and restarting. But I'll be there eventually.
One day.
Or I'll just finally get fed up with it and beg AWAS to fix it for me.
I did some cleaning up over the weekend, and I was like, oh, I found another sheet that has a bunch of designs, like ideas on it, and I was like, I kind of want to hire my ex to make some new designs. They're not like he usually does character art, but I feel like the cartoony style he has would fit in well with these anyway. And I'm like, I kind of want to hire you to do the thing. And I'm like, that would be nice. Those of you on any of the channels know my ex because they're the one that designed the sexy doll emote. if you've been on the YouTube channel, actually no, both channels. If you've been on both channels for a really long time, every Halloween I used to play the same terrible survival horror game for the Dreamcast
Hmm.
called Illbleed, and there's actually a character in it named Sexy Doll because you go to a world where everybody's a toy, and
Yeah.
she's like a Barbie doll kind of deal, but her actual name,
Hmm.
like on the packaging in world, is Sexy Doll, and the character that you play is like a I guess a parody of Woody and from Toy Story, and like that's
Hmm.
his girlfriend. So he's constantly like, "Oh, my sexy doll, where did you go?"
Oh, good lord.
Art, art. Hmm. It's okay. You're doing just fine. Speaking of
I
doing
have done.
just fine, do you want to
Huh?
do just fine being undead?
Yeah, this is interesting. I looked at it, I was like, awakened undead. Aren't all undead awakened? And then I'm like, oh, this is a race. Like, this is playable.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Um, I literally had just started. I got to the Awakened Undead traits and this flavor box, and I was like, this makes so much sense because most people are absolutely terrified of you. Um,
Yeah.
I just talked about this. So, if any of you know, I work for Geek Tank Games, and like one of my job things is to go on Reddit and talk from the Geek Tank Games account. So if you see Geek Tank Games replying to stuff about their campaign, it's my campaign. That's why it sounds so familiar. But I just had to comment on someone. They're like, "Oh, how do I make these? I want to make a character that makes minions. They're a necromancer. How do I make them less scary to other people?" And I was like, "Oh, in my campaign, we use Shanjan Kwan from the Essentials kit, except in my campaign, he basically has an army of undead. He's very nice to dead things, like if they want to get raised or like there's no soul to speak of in that body, he'll raise them. But like he's not out there to take over the world. He's basically an archaeologist and he needs workers, so he uses the undead for it. And my players were like, "You're going to scare so many people with these monsters that you're bringing back to life." And he's like, "Ah, I can fix this." And so in our world, he buys hats for all of his undead. So if you see an undead walking around with a hat, you're like, "Oh, that's weird. I don't think it's going to kill me. He has like a beret on. That's kind of weird. That's a new beret for a long dead body. That's weird." I mean, you could do that. You could buy all your undead hats.
Wow.
And then
Yeah, that's unusual.
none of my players are here right now, so I can tell you there's also a librarian in my world who is basically
Oh.
exactly this. Um, and he closes up shop at dusk because like Pirates of the
Hmm.
Caribbean, if any moonlight touches him, you'll see his true form, which is a
Oh.
skeleton. But he's a good guy too. He's not a bad guy. I stole him from Mike's free what are they called? Mike's free adventures. He has an undead librarian. It's like that's mine now. Thank you.
I mean, it's the one, yeah, the one time that you might actually be older than the books.
Ooh, true, true, true. I don't think my players. Well, my players haven't actually gotten to meet him. They just know that a NPC that is sort of related to them works with this guy who refuses to let anyone in the shop after midnight except for the one person that he's working with currently.
Hmm.
And I'm like, "Oh, I can't wait till we get there." And they're like, "Did Shan?" And I know immediately my players are gonna be like, "Did Shan John Kwan make you?" Except none of my players call him Sean John. They all call him Sean John, like the musical
Mm.
artist. Sometimes Sean Paul as well, which is not even. I mean, the beginning part is close, but other than that, it's not really close.
I was gonna say, do you think that they actually like know that they're referencing another person, or are they just screwing up the name?
I feel like I'm a little column A, a little column B.
I mean, to be fair, I had no idea that was an actual person either. Contemporary music, not my strong suit.
Fair, fair, very fair. Actually, AWAS, like, I gotta hit you up and just be like, yo, can you give me a list of artists? Because I'm sure you have a ton. There are also some people that I've found recently on Blue Sky specifically that I'm like, oh, I started following them on the work accounts. And I'm like, oh my God, the work is fantastic. I kind of want to be like, what are your prices like?
Yeah.
Can I
I
afford
try.
to be your oh my God, patron?
Probably not. I found that out the hard way. I was trying to get a proper art print done of a retiring colleague, and I was like, I mean, it's a retirement present. Like that's a chunk of money.
Hmm.
And then they gave me a price, and I was like, oh, 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 okay, sorry.
Not
So
feeling you.
sorry to have wasted your time.
My ex, I was like, okay, I don't know the social niceties for artists and what have you, but if I wanted to ask someone to make me a design that like I'm gonna sell later in my shop, like what do I fill out a contract, blah 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 blah. And my ex was like,
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna charge you a lot more because you're not gonna make royalties on it. And I was like, what's a lot more? And he goes, a lot more? I was like, that's not answering the question. Why are you
A
scaring me
lot
like
is not a
this?
quantity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, like, would they prefer a royalty? Because, like, you're
Hmm.
probably not going to be selling 50 million shirts, so,
True,
like,
true.
I feel like these things should matter.
Mm, 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 mm. We have some silly designs. But yeah, let's dive back in. So, okay, I do also want to say that this is obviously 2014 rules based. So your race actually has some effect on what
Gives
you're
you
gonna
stuff.
be. Yeah.
It matters.
It does. It does. It does. Do you want to just jump in at ability score increase? The only thing you've missed is flavor, which I know we all know and love, but the flavor's like you could become awakened
You're undead.
undead for many reasons. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a necromancer granted you sentience or something. Like maybe you're a fey spirit that got trapped in some bones. Maybe
Oh, cool. So it's not even necessarily your body.
yeah, because later on we're gonna be like we're gonna okay, the other one is more like it's your body but better. This
Mm.
one is whatever bones were lying around is what you are.
Oh. Oh, that's cool. Is like one of the higher level abilities that you can like bone hop?
I'm not
That's a
sure.
terrible name for it, but
I know exactly what you mean though.
yeah. Like, you just be
Hmm.
like, no, I want to be that skeleton.
I wonder. There are some feats, so probably. I hope.
Let's see. Yeah, I love the box that says being undead is not normal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Uh, uh, increased. Yeah, con and one other ability score by one. You gain one additional ASI from the type of remains selected in your subrace choice. Wow, so you get 3 for being
And
undead.
instead of the +2 +1. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Hmm, cool. Age, you don't have one.
Yeah. I got
Does not
bones.
apply. Uh, oh, alignment said.
Hmm. I mean, I guess it depends on what you came from, really. If you want to be a spirit that's stuck in some bones, or like the way they described it almost made me feel like Kinfire, where in the Kinfire universe, their Warforged equivalent are
Mhm.
recycled souls. Like a soul left another body, inhabits this body now, and it doesn't necessarily
Mhm.
have memories of its previous body, so it's like a blank slate. It's
Ah.
just it needed a soul and the body needed like The soul needed a
soul.
body, and the body needed a soul, so they just came together in holy matrimony. In unholy matrimony? Question mark.
Sounds unholy.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay, but that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, no, I honestly I don't really like the idea of getting pushed into an alignment based on your race.
Mm.
That's like the one thing that I will take the 2024 rule side on is like you shouldn't. Yeah, there may be a cultural tendency or something that you can like mention. That's fine, but I don't like the idea of being like, well, you're undead, so you're evil.
Yeah.
It's like, what if you were unwillingly brought back and like you wanted to just be chilling in a happy afterlife? Like you could have been a saint. Like,
It's true.
who's to say?
It's 100% true.
Oh, actually, that would be such a wild character. You were a saint. Your church has gotten corrupted. They're trying to bring you back, and you're like an undead trying to return your religion to what it was supposed to be.
I was thinking,
But
so
like no one wants to listen to you because you're undead.
in the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure universe, this is sort of contemporary now because they're about to do Steel Ball Run. But JoJo's is a series where there's ancient vampires and new vampires, and the ancient vampires had a whole bunch of super abilities and what have you that regular contemporary vampires don't have. But if you got their blood or their weapons, one of the ancients, into you, you and your entire bloodline gain a superpower in the form of like a spirit stand that has some ability, what have you. And at the end of the last series of JoJo's, the girl, the main character girl, stole the power of the older vampire guy and all his other people's powers and merged it with her own, and basically she rewrote reality. She was like, we don't all need to fight anymore. We're going to have a happy ending for us. And it like messed with the universe so that there's like multiple branching paths, and like she basically created a multiverse by accident. And in this,
Don't you hate when you do that?
right? In the Steel Ball Run universe, it's like America, and people are trying to find all these pieces. They're like body parts that they transplant into themselves. And this is, I guess, spoilers if you didn't read the manga, but they're pieces of Jesus in that universe.
Oh.
So like you're going and finding like Jesus' hand, and then you cut off your own hand and put Jesus' hand on, and you get Jesus powers. But like the body, once all the pieces are broken out, like wants to be back together. It doesn't want to be in like 15 different people's bodies.
Ugh.
So it could be like that.
Undead
like you're trying to
Jesus.
find your pieces.
Ugh. Yeah, that would be interesting.
Vecna, but not
And I mean,
evil.
there's historical connection for that. I mean, you could go wild with reliquaries and all sorts of stuff. It's like an entire campaign.
Your size is medium unless your bones are bigger than medium. So I think there's definitely some bone hopping. It's gonna be my new favorite term. Thank you.
Never gonna live that down.
Your base walking speed is 30 feet. Honestly, I think your speed should also change based on what kind of bones you're made out of.
Yeah.
Though, I guess, even though, like, 2024 rules, everybody just has 30 feet walking speed. Doesn't matter how big you are. I guess,
Or
whatever.
small.
Yeah, like, no, whatever. You can do what you want. I just think, like, if you got... I do know later on you could be, like, owlbear remains that are reanimated if you wanted to be. I just feel like he's going to be faster than a human-shaped body.
I mean, if not, then a whole lot of adventurers have died wrongly.
Yes, exactly.
We don't want those deaths to have been in vain.
Hey, guess what? You have dark vision. Everybody's got dark vision.
I also think is dumb. Like, yes, dark vision, no duh. But they don't have eyeballs. They should have blind sight.
Ooh, that's very true. That is very true.
Yeah. Let's not be cheap with the abilities here. You're gonna take the social hit that you constantly have to be hiding what you are, or you're gonna get, like, piked. Then you should at least get some decent boosts.
Oh, that's okay. You've got me there. I thought you were gonna say I don't think they have dark vision, and I was gonna be like, I was gonna say the same thing. They don't have eyes, true, but I feel like skeletons and them creatures can see. Yeah, you're right. It should be blind sight. There's no eyeballs.
Just my 2 cents.
I like it.
To be laid on the eyes to go across the river Styx. We are thematic tonight.
One eyeball has dark vision because they've gone and stolen eyeballs from other creatures.
Yeah, there you go. If you want, you can have eyeballs rolling around in the sockets for a day or two, but it's going to downgrade you to dark vision.
Your party members, like in the party inventory, is just like a jar full of random body parts that you've stolen from other creatures in your travels. And your character has to turn to the party when they go to like a tavern or something, and they want to pretend like he's drinking and be like, "Yo, I need a hand," and your party member just pulls their hand out. Gotta slip it on. Oh, it fits like a glove.
Oh, talk about a meat suit, like a literal meat suit.
I'm piloting my meat suit with my bone mech, baby. Oh, Grimjack would love this, wouldn't he? Oh boy.
Yep.
Okay, the you can speak, read, and write common. I feel like this should also be like you can speak one language of whatever your remain. Well, I guess that's not true. Because I was gonna say of your remains, but they might not be your remains. I see. I see why this could be problematic.
Roll on a chart.
Could do that too. Go through the table, baby.
Or just add, like, you know, most things can do like common and at least one other thing. Like make it be like infernal or something. Like you're undead. You're awakened. Like
Ooh. Or if you really want the nerf, you can only speak whatever your previous life's thing was. So like if you are a fae, you can only speak Sylvan, or if you are you were a fiend, you can only speak infernal or abyssal. Ooh. Really confuse the people around you. I like this. Oh. Undead nature makes you don't need to eat, drink, or breathe. I guess that makes sense. I would also, if a player wanted to be like a zombie type, I'd be like, you have a hunger, you got to roll on a chart, or you're gonna start biting people. Because you can't transfer it in D&D like you would in normal, typical zombie fare, but you still get hungry. You're immune to disease because you are disease. And you're immune to poison damage and the poison condition. That's pretty strong to start out with.
yeah.
But I guess if you're a skeleton, like there's nothing to poison. So that sort of makes sense. The divine healing flavor box, I feel like it depends on what deity is trying to heal you. But this sort of goes into the undead really can't be healed by healing magic. And it's not like D&D doesn't function like Final Fantasy, where if you're a white mage and you heal a zombie or a skeleton, it hurts them. It just doesn't do anything because there's nothing to fix.
I would argue that if somebody does something like that usually does necrotic damage,
Ooh.
that would heal you.
Ooh. Okay, hear me out.
Like
I
chill hand or
would
something.
I
Whatever
would
it's called.
swap that in and
Mhm.
then take away the immunity to poison damage. And like if someone like your remains can decompose even further, like if you're hit with poison damage or something, and then you have
Mhm.
to go get more because we're gonna get to after magical vitality is reassembly where you can steal other things' bones. I want your bones.
Yeah. I
I
mean that.
like that.
Yeah, like chill touch becomes a healing spell for you.
Yeah. Oh, Um, excuse me. That was like a lion growling. That was disgusting. I apologize. Uh, magical vitality. Since you're powered by magic, people can give away their spell slots to heal you. You or someone
Oh.
else. Interesting. And when they do that,
Hmm.
you can use your hit dice as if you were taking a short rest. Interesting. I don't know if I would. I might not leave this one in there.
1d6 plus their spell casting mod. No, I think it would be both simpler and more likely for people to do it just to flip necromantic spells into healing spells.
Yeah, like your party, because they've accepted you into the fold and you're your found family. They start taking necrotic spells so they can keep you up and running.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Also, it'd be really cool when you take a hit from like a big, huge creature that deals necrotic damage, and your teammates are like, "No, don't sacrifice yourself," and then it just washes over you, and you're like, "I feel better than I
Oh.
have in the last 1,000 years."
Yeah. They're like, wait, what?
I got this.
Uh,
Don't worry, y'all. I'm okay with the animate dead spell working on you, but it works the same as revivify.
I, yeah, I love that actually because like it's one of those really emotional points where it's like I throw myself in front of them and everyone's like, no, and then you're like, no, no, this is good. Everybody goes from that like moment of like heart in the throat to, wait, that just healed you.
Yes, I like this. Um, reassembly. This is what I was talking about. Like you can. Oh, this is you grab somebody else's limb. I was assuming like a set of bones, but I guess you could go around hacking people's limbs off, like I joked about before, and just being like, I lost an arm, guess I need a new one, and then you become Frankenstein.
Hmm.
Sorry, Frankenstein's monster. Let me be specific. I know someone out there in
Or
the comments is gonna be like, rah, yeah.
or like the Igors from Discworld.
Yes! Yes! I love this.
Because what is this stream at this point without at least one Discworld reference?
100% yes! Oh, I love this. You actually have
Uh,
turn resistance because you're a sentient undead. Interesting. Though, I'm gonna be honest, I know I hear about people using turn undead all the time. I've never actually been in a game where anyone has used turn undead. Like, not even one time.
yeah, I don't think I have either.
Adam Frankenstein. Adam F, eh? Is he related to Axel F? See what I did there? Um, oh, interesting. You have anti-magic susceptibility, since magic is what keeps you alive. If you come in to an anti-magic field, there's a chance that you get stunned. Ooh, or if anyone casts Dispel Magic on you, you have to make a Charisma save or you're stunned. Oh, that changes a lot for enemy spellcasters, man.
Yeah, it does.
Ho 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 ho. This is so we've brought this up before on DM Roundtable, but like in previous editions, they would put the SU tag next to something to say it was supernatural, meaning like it's just part of your biology. Uh, if somebody argued with me that like they were a fey spirit or something, and they were like, "Well, I think this is just something I'd be able to do. Like anti-magic wouldn't affect me because I am this thing," I think I would allow it. But
Mhm.
I this is fun. This is a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. I like that it's not just like if you're in this, you are separated from your body. Like, good luck getting out.
Oh.
But like, you're not having a good day in there.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I just like that on the sides. Beware a lack of hands. Um, we'll get to that. Don't worry, because we get to talk about Awakened Undead and how their subraces are just what they're made out of. Because you can have any kind of remains, apparently, um, which is super cool. They give you the ability score bonus. That makes sense. Uh, but also, so you get to choose not only like to make your sub race, you're actually choosing two different combinations. Like it's the remains and then the animating force. Oh,
Hmm.
so your animating force does give you one of those weird languages. Okay, that makes sense. I feel better now. And then there's different kinds of. Oh, they give you feet. I see, I see, I see. So, like, what body you are made out of. Oh, is he? Oh, because he's the first man? I got you. I got you. Um, I don't know why I never made that connection before. Hmm. Anyway, um, you can go. So technically, this chest, this. Oh my God, this table. There we go. This table has quite a few different things on it. And like if you wanted to go more in depth, you could in your own worlds. Whatever, it's up to you. Oh, some of them do in fact increase your speed if you're big. Good. But you
Hmm.
got human, elf, dwarf, minotaur, beast, tabaxi, Aasimar, kobold, turtle, and centaur. Ooh, interesting. And then your animated
It's a
forces.
peculiar cross section.
Yeah. It's not like hmm. Hmm.
Like no halfling, no dragonborn.
Yeah. I was gonna say not all of them are playable races, but actually beyond beasts, they are all playable races depending on the setting. Like official playable. No, yeah, still official because Minotaur and Centaur are in Theros. They're playable races.
Mm.
Ooh, that's also true. It's spooky season for everyone. That's true. There are a lot of older necromancy spells that you would think aren't necromancy, but they are. Like that good people would be using, but they were necromancy spells. Alignment good people. Not I'm not talking about who they are as a person. You know what I mean. And then your animating forces could be necromancy, wandering spirit, returned spirit. Oh, so you could get into your own body. Fey energy, infernal energy, or blight growth. Ooh. Do you want to
Yeah.
read about some of these remains traits, DM Lacara?
Of course I do.
Yes. Give me a body.
All right. Bestial configuration. This is what happens if you have beast remains. Inconveniently, you don't have hands. You cannot do anything that requires hands, such as holding weapons or casting spells with somatic components, but you can grapple a single target with your mouth. Your
Okay.
movement speed becomes 35 feet. You gain natural weapons in the form of fangs that deal 1d10 plus your strength mod, piercing damage, and claws that do 1d6 plus your strength mod, slashing damage. I feel like that is significantly greater than most
Oh
actual
yeah.
beasts' bite and claw attacks.
Oh yeah.
Your claws have the light property. You are considered to be holding them for the purpose of using them as weapons.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
What is the purpose there? You can't use your paws for anything else, so...
You can't cast a spell, but I guess if you had a class ability, um, like nope, that's your natural weapons. No, okay, they do count as natural weapons. I was gonna say, if you have a class ability like the Mygara warlocks that we have, they can wreath their hands in flame and use them as claws or fists. But I don't know. I guess using them as weapons, if you wanted to be a paladin, it well, if you're using the old rules, it says it has to be a weapon. So you could undivine smite with your claws. Rules it's written.
I think this is a bit of a stretch.
Yeah. I guess you could be well. No, you could be I was gonna say you could be an Oathbreaker. You could be a regular paladin, and like, this is the opposite. Well, not the opposite, but like a branching path to becoming a Death Knight. Because a Death Knight is like, I died, but I have one job, and I will only do that one job. So this is kind of like, I died, but I have a job to do. Give me some bones, and I'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Beware a lack of hands. It's going to be very hard to make it, unless your DM is totally okay with you doing everything with your mouth. Ooh, reverse your spells, you say? You have our attention. You can keep going with the remains. I feel like I've talked a lot. It's up to you now.
That's okay. I had a brief interruption from the tiny barbarian.
Rawr.
Yeah. Okay, beware a lack of hands. Yeah, it's a choice that offers some unique advantages, but in many cases not a good one. What unique advantages? I mean, yes, strong claw attack, lovely. I really don't think that's worth like giving up the ability to have prehensile thumbs.
True. It's true.
Bone shell. Turtle remains. Your remains have a sturdy bone shell that could be used to deflect attacks. The the shell on a turtle's not bone.
Shh. We don't need to have this argument. This has come up so many times because of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because they always block things with their shells.
I mean, the shells are hard, but I think they're made out of keratin or something. They're not.
Yeah, and they can
Tortoise
feel
shell is not bone.
everything.
Oh. Is that actually true? I did not think that was true.
I know that turtles apparently really like it if you scratch their shells, so I guess they can feel something.
Oh god, they must be enervated. Oh, that's weird. Ugh.
Yeah, that blew my mind. The scratch. People are like, "Oh, turtles love it when you scratch their shells." I'm like, "What? Huh?"
That implies nerve endings. Okay. When you aren't wearing armor, your AC is 17. You can use your natural armor to determine your AC if the armor you wear would leave you with a lower AC.
Ah.
That was a really long way to say your armor won't be below 17.
Yeah.
A shield's benefits apply as normal while you use your natural armor. Only if you hold it in front of you.
I'm playing a gnome in DM Bacon's campaign right now, and I got a
Yeah.
shield from the king, and like
Mhm.
it's a normal human size shield, so it's like my whole back. And I was like, so I'll crouch down every time someone attacks me, and I'll just hide behind the shield. And he was like, all right, flavor-wise, I think that's fine, but mechanically, I'm not gonna ask you which way you're facing when people are attacking you. I'm gonna assume you're gonna move to deflect with the shield. And I was like, I.
Uh, cool. Tabaxi remains give you climbing configured. Your remains are well configured for climbing, being light and with built-in claws. You gain a climbing speed of 30 feet. But, but, but,
But it
what
doesn't
about the
say you
claw?
get the. Yeah, it doesn't say you get the claw attack.
I mean, at least keep the normal Tabaxi slashing damage.
Yeah.
Huh. That's sad. I would give somebody wearing Tabaxi bones the Tabaxi claws.
Wearing the maxi bones.
Yeah, not in a bridge 4 kind of way. In like in this context. Centaur remains give you a galloping frame. That makes it sound like you died of consumption. Your movement speed becomes 35 feet, but any climb that requires hands and feet is especially difficult for you because of your equine legs. When you make such a climb, each foot of movement costs you 4 extra feet instead of the normal 1 extra foot. I mean, I would say that's true for like a sheer climb. But frankly, horses are more sure-footed than humans most of the time.
Yeah, I'm like, I know it's horse and not goat, but like, they can get into some really weird positions.
Yeah, as long as it's not too narrow, horses are just fine.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, take on Mystic Bones.
Sure. Mystic bones. This is if you're piloting elf remains. You have advantage on charisma saving throws for anti-magic susceptibility, and you cannot be put to sleep by magic. Wait, so the rest of you can go to sleep? Well, I guess it says he doesn't require, but I suppose you could go to sleep. I mean, the people around you aren't going to be able to tell. You have no eyeballs, so.
Wait a second. Didn't it say... Oh, no, it says you don't need to eat, drink, or breathe. It does not say you don't need to sleep.
Oh, that's so you have the I forgot what the trait is, but like a mimic when you're in disguise when you're not moving.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Oh,
Wow.
that's fantastic. You're right. It doesn't say anything about sleep. Oh god. Okay, flavor-wise, if I'm making an awakened undead in Kibbles' view, when I go to sleep, my bones just clatter to the floor in a pile.
Yeah, you have to reassemble yourself every morning.
I love this. Oh, this is so good. It's so stupid. I
It's
love it.
this is I feel like the only reason that that's put in is for that like absolute D&D trope of like you come upon a skeleton like clutching a sword in the corner and you go to take the sword and it like stabs you.
Yeah.
He was taking a nap.
You woke me up. Bitch, I was taking my short rest. Ah! It's just people screaming. Or I was reading that. No, you were. What?
Yep.
I like this. Ramming horns. Minotaur remains. Your horns are natural melee weapons, which you can use to make unarmed strikes. If you hit with them, you deal piercing damage equal to 1d6 plus your strength mod, instead of the bludgeoning damage normal for an unarmed strike. Alright. Relic bones, Aasimar remains. Your bones have. What if you're a fallen Aasimar? Your bones have a lingering holy aura. You're immune to effects that turn undead and have resistance to radiant damage. Interesting.
Cool.
Do they have This is I don't know who would actually be able to answer this, but canonically, do Aasimar wings have the? Oh no, they're spirit wings, aren't they?
No, they're tangible.
Do they
I mean, if
have?
you're a fallen Aasimar, they're already bony.
Oh, true. So they have like the. I'm just imagining you can pop your wings and air quotes out, but they're like the outline of the bones because there's no feathers. So like the weird like hands that bats have inside their wings. That's all you see. I like this. I have not ever seen a horse trip. Oh, that's a lie. I've seen a horse trip over themselves, but in videos, like not in person.
I've been on a horse that tripped. Not fun.
Oh my god. Scurrying frame. This is not what I thought you were going to get from kobold remains, but your size is small, and you can move through other creature spaces as if you were one size smaller, but can't end your turn inside their space unless you otherwise could. That is not what I thought you were going to get from kobolds. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't going to be that. Sturdy bones. If you're a dwarf. True.
A dwarf.
A dwarf. Your bones are particularly sturdy. Your speed becomes 25 feet, but your hit point maximum increases by 1, and it increases by 1 every time. You get the tough? I think that's tough. You get the tough feat for free for piloting dwarf bones?
I mean, it's really not that. It's 1. I mean, it's not that impressive.
But it's so nice just for piloting a dwarf bone. Dwarf skeleton. Okay, I love what I didn't know what I had no idea what universal parts was going to be, but if you pick human remains, you can often find useful spares laying about, and your parts are easier to repair in general.
Well, I mean, that's fair. If you lose a chunk off a Minotaur, I mean, unless you're playing like an ancient Crete game, how many other Minotaurs you gonna come across?
True. You can find useful spare parts.
I think I'm gonna go out on a limb here. Not a human limb. I think the thing that would have made this race the most fun to play is to have a mechanic where you can just swap parts in and out from anything that you come across.
Ooh,
for like,
yes.
Yeah.
I like
And like
that.
what ability you gain or lose is completely dependent upon what you have strapped together right then.
Oh, I like this. I mean, reassembly does say, like, if you get parts broken off, you just, take them from somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
That's I like this. Like, you could take a Minotaur's horns and be like, these are mine now. Clink.
Yep.
Like you're one of those magnetic Warhammer 40k models that's like, I need a different gun, so you just take their arm off and put another one on. Oh, this is fantastic. Yes, and you're making weapons out of other. You're doing that, like that stereotypical Native American. I'm going to use every part of the thing that I just murdered. That's what you do with this race.
Exactly.
I like this.
And I would make it so that they like could not wield a lot of weapons. So that it's like you are the weapon. You have a ton of latitude in like how you build yourself and what your abilities are. But the like thing for that is like, I don't know, maybe you're held together by like druid magic, so you can't hold any metal weaponry or something.
Ooh.
But like, yeah, something that's like a trade-off where it's like, no, focus on you. You are the weapon.
Oh, I like this. Ooh, okay. Not only do you get an ability from the bones or the limbs or the heads that you've stolen or you just decide to pilot, but your animating force also gives you a new ability. Would you like to read some of these?
Ooh, yeah. Let's see. Can I just say I had a like visualization in my head for a second of somebody sitting there and being like, when you were talking about swapping parts, so like the character sitting there and being like, ah, damn it, I'm not smart enough for this. Hang on. Like goes and grabs another skull, swaps it, and it's like, okay, explain that again.
I love this.
Alright, let's see. Blightborn. That's just a cool name. Blight growth. Uniquely, your animating force is a physical, though still magical phenomenon. Twisting vines growing through your remains. Your creature type is both plant and undead. I didn't know your creature type could be plant. And you can leverage your vines to constrict your enemies. You can grapple a number of creatures equal to your con mod without using your hands.
Interesting. But only if they're real close. At first I was like, what's the range on this? And then I was like, oh no. So whenever someone's wailing on you, you're like, nope, come here.
Yeah. Stop it.
Sir.
The metal burns. I love it. It basically makes you like a Florin from Starbound.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. The next one, emotional void. This is if you're powered by necrotic energy. I know many people that are emotional voids. But what does this ability give you? You're animated by a thread of negative energy that has somehow gained greater awareness. You still feel the innate urge to destroy all life and can control and channel that urge. As a bonus action, you can unleash your normal undead nature for 1 minute. You become immune to the charmed and frightened conditions, but lose your turn resistance feature. Once you use this feature, you cannot use it again until you can. That is, I don't know what the rest of them are, but this one seems like the worst one.
I mean, I guess it depends. I mean, if you're fighting a beholder, that's probably a pretty good deal. Like a whole minute, you become immune to charmed or frightened.
Ooh, and can you activate it after it's already happened? I guess that's up to
Doesn't
your
say
DM.
not. Yeah.
Okay. I'm on your side now.
It's not for every situation, but I can see where it would be helpful.
I also feel like lots of people are going to be like, I think that's better than being able to grapple 5 people. I mean,
Yeah.
kinda, but grappling them flavor-wise is so much cooler. Just vines reaching out of me, but that they're also me. If you do that and you don't say I am Groot, I'll be upset. I am Groot. Do you want
If
to
you
take?
do that in a campaign of Okami's, he will remove your turn resistance.
Yes, yes, 100%. I am the Flora Colossus. How dare you? Do you want
Fey
to take?
spirit.
Yeah.
Fey energy. Sometimes a Fey spirit finds itself inhabiting a pile of bones, often not entirely aware of who, what, or why, as is their way. Is it?
I guess they're supposed to be capricious. You would think they would know, though. Usually they have a plan.
Yeah. Your creature type is both Fey and Undead. You have access to additional Fey magic, can cast Fairy Fire, and speak with animals each once without expending a spell slot, regaining the ability to do so when you finish a long rest. Your spellcasting ability for these spells is Charisma. Okay, so it says you have access to additional Fey magic and can cast these. But then it does not go on to say what the additional Fey magic is.
Do they just mean fairy fire? I think he just means fairy fire. Also, can you imagine how freaked out like the average animal would be if like a skeleton or zombie walked up to them and like it was a squirrel, for example? They're like, "Oh God, I'm
Yeah.
about to die," and then the skeleton's like, "Chitter, chitter, 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 chitter," and they're like, "What? Excuse me?"
Steve, is that you in there?
Oh,
Yeah, that's yeah. Some of these I feel like don't take into account the fact that you're a walking pile of bones.
yeah. Yep. Oh, okay. So if you're powered by infernal energy, you get flaming skeleton. You glow with an inner flame. As a bonus action, you can burst a light, becoming a flaming skeleton for 1 minute. For the duration, you have resistance to fire damage, and any other creature that starts their turn within 5 feet of you takes 1d4 fire damage. While the effect is active, once per turn when you hit a creature within 5 feet of you with an attack or deal fire damage, you can add bonus damage to that damage roll equal to your proficiency bonus. Once you use this feature, you cannot use it again until you complete a long rest. I said it once, I will say it again. The worst kind of undead are the undead that are on fire and now chasing you. They don't feel pain. Setting them on fire will not stop them. Now they are on fire and trying to grab you.
Wow.
I feel like of the choices, this is the most terrifying version of being an awakened undead. Like, you're just in the middle of a battle and all of a sudden the skeleton bursts into flames and it's like, ha 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 ha, hug me.
Oh, remembrance. Return spirit. You've come back for your own bones. Or at least you think you have. You retain some of the skills you had in life. You can select one of the following: proficiency in a simple or martial weapon of your choice, or proficiency in 2 skills or tools of your choice. You additionally gain proficiency in 1 artisan's tool and language of your choice.
Oh, interesting.
So you get a background. You get your own background back.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's, yeah. That's fine.
I'm not mad about it. And the last one is if you're a wandering spirit, you have spirit soaring. You're loosely bound to this shell and capable of soaring free of it. Oh, you're Brooke from One Piece. As an action, you can cast gaseous form, but rather than transforming, you leave your body behind, incapacitated, and when the spell ends, you return to your body's location. Once you use this feature, you cannot use it again until you complete a long rest. You're Brooke from One Piece. That is he is an awakened undead. He's a skeleton and he recently learned that he can separate his soul from his body. That's not bad. Could lead to some good, like, espionage stuff.
Yeah.
But also, I love anything that's like, oh, you go do this, your body stays behind, defenseless, and then your party has to watch over you. I like those moments. I don't know why, I just really like those moments.
Probably because your party never remembers to watch over the incapacitated.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know you. Oh, and then there's some feats.
Hell yeah. Oh, do you want to take the first feat? Because I'm pretty sure it's exactly what you talked about.
Oh, cool. Modified remains. Prerequisite. Awakened undead. You found your remains to be somewhat customizable. After all, what's the harm in swapping out a few parts here and there? You gain the following benefits. Increase your strength, dex, or con by 1. You gain a natural weapon that deals 2d4 damage, piercing or slashing your choice, or increase your AC by 1. If you already have a natural weapon and select a natural weapon, you can increase the damage of your existing natural weapon by a d2 step instead. If a natural weapon has multiple damage dice, increase only 1 this way.
Oh, like
What?
if your
So if you have
hand
like
is poisoned.
2d6, then you get like a d6 and a d8?
I think the way that it's written. I've never heard anyone say a D2 step. I just have heard people say step up to the next die. I think
Yeah,
that's what
go
he
up a die.
means. What? What? Step up by a D2. Oh, because no. Yeah. Oh, 4, 6, or 8. No, 4, 6, 8, 10, or 12. Okay. I understand what he's saying, but it should just be step up on the die. That's too
Yeah.
confusing.
Yeah, go up a die.
PNG. Hey. Break the faith of the faithful. Okay. Here's another feat. Twice awakened. Awakened undead. You've mastered a second power of awakening, gaining control of a greater set. You're Brooke again. Gaining control of a greater set of powers over your condition. This can be from infusing yourself with energy of that source or simply learning to imitate the powers natural to that source. For example, a returned spirit may find themselves mastering the powers of a one. Oh. Select an additional option from animating force table gaining a. Okay. This is a cool feat that totally you could give someone, but honestly, this one seems more like a buff you give to this player playing this race, like for a story reason. Like something
Yeah.
important happens in the story, and now they have 2 different animating forces. More so than I've learned to animate my force differently.
Yeah, that's like, yeah, something happens that like blows them out of their current set of bones. So
Yes.
then after that they are like a spirit soaring because like they can't, like that partially broke them. Like they can't bind that hard anymore to the bones.
Like Brooke. So Brooke is a skeleton because the superpower he got was resurrection, but his the so everyone in One Piece is a pirate or they work for the Navy, but he happened to be a pirate, and his ship was disabled, so it was like floating listlessly in the sea. And
Mhm.
when he died, his soul went off, and he had to find his body before it decomposed. But because he couldn't keep track of where his boat was, it took too long. So by the time he made it back to his body, he was already a skeleton.
Wow. That seems like that would not have succeeded in making it there in time then.
Nope. Yeah, resurrection, but you don't want to spend. Yep. This could also be your player made the heroic sacrifice, and you want to be you want that emotional return, so they go and pilot another body of bones because the original skeleton is now like deleted for whatever reason, like got
Mhm.
disintegrated or something, and they need a new body, so I had to come up with something
Mhm.
new. I'm not gonna say you can't take it as just a regular feat, but it makes way more sense to be something story driven. Daniel Fortescue, you have my attention. Oh, and then there's one more. Oh, actually, there's 2 more. I can count. Would you like to take the next one?
Sure. Soul binding. For this, you have to be at 13th level, awakened undead. Your life and your body are not one and the same anymore, and the destruction of one need not lead to the other. You can connect an item to your soul. This item must absorb 1 soul or 3rd level or higher spell slot a week to be active. A creature can willingly expend a spell slot to power the item, expending it as normal as if casting a spell. If you die while it is active and on the same plane as you, your body crumbles to dust and your body reforms after 1d10 hours within 5 feet of the soulbound item, returning to life with 1 hit point. Additionally, your remains become further antithetical to life. When you make an attack with a natural weapon, unarmed strike, or spell with the range of touch, on a hit, you can force the target creature to make a con saving throw of, well, basically your spell
Yeah, or con if you
save.
want.
Yeah, or become paralyzed until the start of their next turn on a failed save. Once you do attempt to use paralyzing touch, you can't use it again on you unless you complete a rest, short or long.
Paralysis is huge, especially that late in the game.
Mm.
But I'm just thinking you're making phylacteries. Like, you are a lich at this point.
Yeah, that's basically the next box.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't have to be like you could have another narrative reason for it, but yeah, you could totally be becoming a lich.
Aren't you, like, better than a lich, though? I guess you're not as good at magic. Potentially, it depends on what class you are, I guess.
Well, also it doesn't say that the object is difficult to kill
Ooh,
or
true.
damage.
You don't have to throw it into the fires of Mordor. True, true,
Yeah.
true, true, true.
So like presumably it's like don't pick a glass vase. Like
My soul! The receptacle has been shattered! Why did you pick a coffee mug on the top shelf, you asshole?
I wanted it to be something nobody would think it was in. Yeah. Would be better off with it being a nail.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, that's perfect. So small. If someone casts Animate Dead on you, it works like Revivify. Oh, one last feat. Refined control. You gain more granular control over your body, even when it's not all attached, allowing you to... Yes! This.
You can be
Allowing
the
it to take
hand from the
advantage.
family.
Yes! Increase your intelligence, wisdom, or charisma. You can remove a limb and continue to control it. It has the statistics of a crawling claw, but has blind sight of 5 times your proficiency bonus instead of 30 feet. This crawling claw gains all the abilities of a familiar as per the Find Familiar spell. You lose use of the limb for anything else while it's not attached. If it's destroyed, you can attach a new limb. Over the course of a long rest. Being beheaded, for example, by a Vorpal sword, is no longer fatal to you, though your body cannot move more than 120 feet from your head. Okay, if it's by Find Familiar. Obviously, that means I'm going to cast all my spells through my hand, so I'm ripping that bitch off and throwing it in the enemy back line. Yes! I love this. There's another race we looked at that had, I think it was the playable ooze. Like, you could slough off a piece of yourself and control it like that. I love this. There's so much that can be done, especially if you choose like a stupid body part. Oh, like I rip off
We all know what
one
Awas
toe.
is picking.
Yeah, 100%. I like rip off a toe and I throw it in there and it moves like an inchworm. And everyone's like, "What is the point of that, my guy?"
It's like, wait till it casts a spell.
Who's gonna look at my toe? But that was... I almost said Awaz's. Hi, Awaz. I read your name. That was KibblesTasty's version of an Awakened Undead. Honestly, I would let people run this, but I'm gonna take away their immunity to poison damage and the poison condition. Well, okay. It depends on what you are. If you're straight up a skeleton, there's nothing to poison. But like if you want to be a zombie and you want to just like go around like ripping people's arms off and be Adam Frankenstein, I'm not going to give you immunity to poison damage. There's still stuff to poison. But I do like that you hit me with necrotic and it heals me, because it's way better than... Like, in my world, I have ways for people to just throw in a spell slot and have something happen, and like I don't want to give... Like, I wouldn't give my players another option to just throw away their spell slots, because they'll do it, and I don't want to deal with this. They'll be like, "Oh, how can I? I'm gonna let me use all my spell slots, and that way, then he'll have like a bajillion temp HP." And like, I'm not dealing with that.
Yeah.
Technically, it's all temp HP because there's no body that you're fueling. You're fueling your soul. I like this though. this is not bad, and it's pretty well balanced. It's just there's a lot of this is one of those races that is clearly not for like someone brand new.
Yeah.
If you've been playing a while, this is a very fun thing to do. You could even turn one of your players into this. Like if their character dies and they really, really loved that character, have them something happened where their spirit was so strong it didn't get pulled into whatever heaven or hell they were going to. It just sought out its own body.
Yeah. That's pretty much what happened to my first character, my Azamar.
What?
She just
Tell me more.
kept dying. Like, she died 3 times by the time we hit like 3rd level.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like died. And the DM finally got tired of like resurrecting her. So he was like, all right, like stop throwing her into battle like head first and bring her, you can bring her back one more time, but it's going to be as a revenant.
Ooh.
So, yep, so she became a revenant. And
That's
then like
sick.
yeah, went under DM control like quite soon after that.
Oh. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty nice, but it was perfect because like she was on a burning quest, so like it made sense that that she would come back as a revenant. And then she went off to like investigate some stuff that like only like stuff on the ocean floor that like nobody else in the party was equipped to go investigate. She's like, I don't need to breathe.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
There's so many things.
Exactly, it was.
Yes. Yes. That is I honestly think that is truly what Grimjack thinks is going to happen if Grimalkin dies in the campaign. It's like, oh, you have a whole story planned out for them, so clearly none of us can die. And the funny part is, like, I just like looked up from behind the DM screen at him, but I could feel like the air pressure in the room changed as everyone else at the table puckered their buttholes.
They're like, he's gonna die right now.
Bro, there's plenty of
Never
story if y'all die.
Yeah. Never underestimate the DM's ability to rewrite their plan.
That's like my whole ass job with you guys. But
Yeah.
it is spooky season, and there's more spooky to be had. So, we're going to look at Blue for Eternity's Fallen, which I'm going to say something, reading the comments down here. Apparently, there was an updated version of this on Blue for Eternity's GM binder, but it doesn't exist there anymore. It looks like they deleted a bunch of their stuff, which is a bummer. So we've got this version to look at. If you are on YouTube, you can drop the description of this video right now, and it will take you to learn about Fallen. But if you're on Twitch or you're in the DM chat, I will send the link to you right now. A little bummer that we don't have the fully updated version. But this is Fallen by Blue for Eternity. I'm going to write myself a little note in here. There are some people commenting down here that are like, you should have done blah, 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 blah. You should have done this. You should have done that. I would have done blah, blah, blah. And the creator was like, I changed a bunch of stuff on GM Binder, but that document no longer exists. And then they were like, also, it was late. And I was like, mwah, fantastic. Mwah, that's what I love to hear. It was late. Every time I say it was late, I just expect clubs to show up. Come on. But this is Fallen. Nope, I made the wrong thing full screen. Whoop, there we go. I like
the quote on the first page, yeah.
Do you want to read it to us?
Sure. I like the idea of some undead existing not because they cheated death due to some arcane loophole, or were pulled from their eternal rest due to some dickish wizard, but simply because they said 4 little words. I am not done.
One of the comments is, "Did you just make a race out of too angry to die?" Yes, I believe they
I
did.
get it. Yeah. Zero problem with this.
Okay. Do you want to read the flavor text for Fallen? Also, yes, a bunch of these pictures are from Solo Leveling, if you were wondering. I think most of them are, actually.
Most of what? What?
Most of the pictures that he used for here are from a series
Mm.
called Solo Leveling, where the main character
Oh, yeah.
is kind of a necromancer, kind of, sorta,
Hmm.
but he revives people as shades, and when they're revived, they're loyal to him, but they still have
Hmm.
some semblance of who they were in their real life, unless he didn't like them at all, in which case he just overwrites their personality.
Oh, wow. Hastily, the frazzled human scrambled down the alleyway. He was the king of the back pathways, and none would dare challenge him. None except the thing that now trailed behind him, a creature of nightmares, a fallen, a monstrosity with a body of flames. He cuts left, then right, but still he hears the footsteps behind him, and in no time the monster's light covers his whole body. This was the end. He knew it. The vampire delighted himself, draining the blood from the foolish adventurer that thought that she alone could end his empire. As he did, the blood's taste felt foul, even for an undead. The corpse of the fallen warrior started to convulse, with shadows darkening her skin, covering her completely. The vampire jumped a few steps back, trembling in fear, knowing what was happening. The tiefling got up and simply stared at the monster that killed her, creating a sword out of the shadows from her new body. The fallen are a people.
Yeah,
The
there's some.
fallen
It was
are.
late.
Oh God, it was late.
It was late.
The fall. The fallen are people who were brought back to life by non-traditional means. That is, oh my God, this is like euphemistic. They weren't resurrected. Oh my God, the spelling is killing me. They weren't resurrected by a powerful spellcaster, divine intervention, or a necromantic ritual, but simply by their raw emotions: anger, failure, fulfillment, pride, and revenge. One of these things is not like the others.
Mm,
Uh, how do you come back because of fulfillment?
I
All
feel like this
feelings.
is a uh they want fulfillment, maybe. Like, I'm not coming back.
Yeah,
If I did everything in life, I'm done, bro. Let me go.
yeah. I'm punching my time card and going off into the great unknown. All feelings that can alter the course of someone's life are enough to bring back another, even more powerful than before. Cool story, bro.
Yeah, so this is for all of you who want to say, this actually popped up on Reddit the other day. It was, somebody was like, every single PC in my game, every single player's backstory is, my parents were murdered in front of me. What do I do? Every single one of them. This is, if you want that edgy backstory, you also died that night. And bam, here you are. Oh. Okay. Living emotions. When reanimated, a fallen's memory, different from a reborn, are intact. I I don't know what a reborn is. I'm assuming they mean somebody getting resurrected. For their transformation and awakening from their previous race and oh, Jesus Christ. Hold on. Let me translate this. It was late talk. Uh uh, uh Nothing but mirror.
I can't.
I, uh, um there, I think Blue for Eternity means everything is different from their previous life. Okay. But they're very strong emotionally. Okay. Uh, Following table provides suggestions for how your character awakened and became a fallen. You could roll on this table, but you were backstabbed by most trusted friend. Okay, now I feel like English just isn't their first language. Um, but during your dying breath after being backstabbed, you swore to bring down everything they'd built. Your daughter was taken away by a hag. You made a promise or an oath and don't have the intention of breaking it. Oh, so like the Awakened Undead.
Hmm.
Uh, you were once a powerful king of a long forgotten past. On your deathbed, you promised to make your kingdom prosper, but now it's ashes. Uh,
Wait, so why did you come back now?
yeah, you
Like, that
wouldn't
sounds like this is a long time. Yeah.
you wouldn't know. Very confusing. You discovered the dark secrets of the king, but were killed because of it. Oh, that one makes sense. You died on a
Hmm.
battlefield and broke your promise to return home. In this new form, will they still love you? Maybe.
Probably not.
I don't know. You're gonna come home, find out you've been like it took so long for your new form to coalesce, and they have a new family, and you're just gonna be sad.
Or even worse, they turn it around into like a Captain America thing. You end up falling in love with like a descendant that's like would have been your
Ooh,
granddaughter. Not cool.
true, true. Took it to the bad place.
Sorry, I'm cranky tonight.
Yeah, that's just where it is. Would you like to read Uncertain Future? I'm gonna catch up on Awaz's message.
After a fallen completes its quest, the sensation of emptiness emerges inside their mind and soul. The ones who are able to fulfill their quest may sometimes abandon their position as warriors and become hermits, isolating themselves from all the world around them, waiting for its end. However, those whose hearts still want to fight for something continue their position as warriors until outmatched by a stronger opponent, finally being able to rest once and for all. Oh, okay, so this is not like a revenant or any of the other things where like okay you do the thing, now you go to your rest. You're still stuck there.
Oh. Also, is this not? This is Mal's homeworld, where like, oh no, it has to be an
Yeah.
equal. Mal's character's homeworld was like the only way to die honorably or to die at all is to fight someone of equal measure as you.
So
Ish.
yeah, also, do you have to be a warrior in this? Like,
Hmm.
it's written like that, but even the table before that, you don't have to be a warrior.
Yeah. The fact that they're saying become hermits, I feel like that's the spell casting side, but they don't really say anything about that.
It's like you your options: become a lich, become a spirit naga. Go.
Hmm.
Pick one.
Also, if you're finally being able to rest while after being outmatched, I'm not gonna lie, the rest of this race so far has told me that like I'm too angry to die. If someone beat me, I'm gonna keep coming back until I beat them.
Yeah, that's probably true. Even worse, it takes you longer to come back every time, so you start like entirely missing the rest of your opponent's lifespans. You just get angrier and angrier.
Yes. Yes. I like this. Fallen names. Fallen usually either keep the name they had in life, either to show they're back from the grave or to be remembered, but some of them choose different names that exude power or intimidate others, always resembling their subspecies. Oh, we'll get into that later. There are sub-races, subspecies, sub-ancestries, whatever you want to call them. But some of them names are Haunt, Lilith, Reaper, Revan, Shadow, and Wraith. Those are a little too on the nose, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, you're a Draugr. Yes. Oh. Okay, so I skipped ahead into fallen traits. Ability score modifier. This is your typical. You get 3 points to put wherever you want. Blah blah blah. You just died. Come back. But the age part. Fallen age is indefinite. As long as their body persists, they can maintain a life force. So you can keep coming back until someone absolutely obliterates your body, and then you're gone. Is this like a
And
cell
all
situation where, like, if a single cell survives, you can reconstitute yourself?
depends on the science level in your world.
Hmm.
But like also it keeps showing skeletons.
Yeah, really, really like skeletons.
Okay. It
Take
doesn't
over
say if
for
your
me.
body decays either.
True.
Most fallen are chaotic in nature, finding it difficult to control their emotions. However, they are usually good or evil, rarely neutral.
I guess if
I
you're like
well,
"Rawr," all the time, I guess.
but also like if you have trouble controlling your emotions, you are fairly likely to do things that are both good and evil at different times.
True, you have
Like,
poor impulse control.
right, which is chaotic neutral, like in a nutshell.
Mmm. Mmm.
Yeah. But again, I have lots of quibbles with alignment in general, so
Fair.
um Fallen almost always inhabit the body of a humanoid creature, making their size roughly the same size as the body their soul inhabits. Uh, Roughly the same size as the body their soul inhabits. How would your soul have a different size? Choose a race and use their same size category.
Why is your hitbox bigger than your body? Is all I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Your hitbox is so big. Why?
I'm a storm giant wearing a halfling. It's uncomfortable in here, it's why I'm so angry.
Stupid tiny body.
Your walking speed depends on the chosen creature's size trait. Dark vision, again.
Yep.
Perennial nature. You walk within the thin line of the living and the dead. This is represented by the following. You are an undead, but you can be targeted by healing magic or any other effect that would affect a humanoid.
Okay.
You have advantage on saving throws against disease and being poisoned, and you have resistance to poison damage. You add your proficiency bonus to death saving throws. That's nice.
Interesting.
Wait, what does a death saving throw even mean if you're an undead? You have to find a new body?
Well, you can't come back if you're. Hmm. I, the
Well,
rest of
this one
this.
says you keep going back to the same body.
Yeah. So, like, the death saving throw doesn't matter because as long as your body returns, as long as your body's intact, you can come back to life no matter what.
Yeah. I mean,
Interesting.
they don't have it written down here, but I would say, like, for if I was going to have a character like this in my party, I would say, like, the death saving throw means, like, you know, the usual thing of, like, if you win your death saving, if you succeed on your death saving throws, you wake up in, like, 1d4 hours. I would say if you fail them, you wake up in 1d4 hours.
I was gonna say on a very similar uh, tangent. There's a character in my world that cannot die, not because he is too angry, but because something else is piloting his body. I'm gonna leave it at that. If my players are watching this, I'm pretty sure you can figure it out. Just think hard. Um, but he has a thing with like stepping time scale. Every time he dies, it takes longer and longer for his body to be piloted again. Same idea.
Mhm. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, so it's like if you're fighting the guy that like you wanted to get revenge on or something, like you still want to succeed on the death saving throws because like he's there now.
Yeah.
You don't want to wake up in 1d4 hours and be like, where the hell did he go?
Then you gotta find him. You gotta set up the battle. You gotta trick him into coming out of hiding again. Ugh, what
Yeah.
a hassle.
Yeah. You don't need to eat, drink, or breathe. When you take a long rest, you must spend at least 6 hours in an inactive, motionless state rather than sleeping. In this state, you appear inert, but it doesn't render you unconscious, and you can see and hear as normal.
Oh, God. I'm just thinking of the ramifications of like you're sleeping in the same room with your party, and two of them are a couple, and they start getting off, and you have
Oh,
to
God.
just lay there. You can see
I
and hear.
can't move because it'll break my rest. But oh, God. Why do you hate
Make
me
it
so?
stop.
Oh, my God. That's horrible. Past life, you are considered both fallen and the race chosen in the size and speed trait. Being so means that you can choose race related feats and attune to magic items with specific race.
Huh.
For example, choosing to be a fallen dragonborn, you can pick on an ability score improvement the dragon hide feat. Other example is attuning to a dwarven thrower while being a fallen dwarf. Cool, cool,
Okay.
cool. I guess it's just weird to me to the idea that you would pick one of these from the get-go.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I guess you could pick your race or whatever, but like to me, this is I would not personally pick this unless I had a character that died prematurely that I
Yes.
was not done with.
I'm thinking that exactly. Like if you're playing in a campaign where you want to my simulacrum math cousin brother. I think if you're playing in a campaign where like you know this is the character I want to play until the end and something happens where they die. Like this is
Hmm.
the you're like that character did in fact die, but you can come back as a fallen version of that character.
Yeah,
Finish your story.
yeah. And you speak the same languages that you spoke before.
That makes sense. Okay,
Ooh,
people
now
were
we're getting to
complaining
some.
about this next part because they didn't realize that these were the sub races, but the next page is sub races.
Yeah.
Um,
Tell
someone
us
was
what you
like,
got.
you got the scorching, the representation of resurrection by pride, where one wouldn't let go of what killed them, to see what they have built gone, just like ashes in the fire. Due to this nature, their bodies are nothing but skeletons covered in magical flames that, given enough pride inside of them, can even destroy magical darkness. Living Flame. You have resistance to fire damage and immunity to extreme cold. That's an interesting one. Moreover, the flames from your body harms neither you nor your equipment and emits bright light in a 15-foot radius and dim light for an additional 15 feet. You can use your bonus action to expand or reduce its radius of bright and dim light by up to 10 feet each to a maximum of 30 feet each or a minimum of 10 feet each. People were arguing about this. They were like, you can't, these numbers don't make sense, blah, blah, blah. But okay, so 15 feet and you can lower it to 10 or you can push it in to 30 or push
Mm.
it out to 30. At 5th level, if any of this area of light overlaps with an area of darkness created by a spell of 3rd level or lower, the spell that created that darkness is dispelled. My players would at first I was like, this seems stupid, like you're just a light source. And my players would love this because they are constantly either casting it themselves or having darkness cast on them. If I send this to my players right now, I guarantee you they're going to have a chat amongst themselves like, yo, who's dying?
Who we stabbing?
The Stalking. The representation of resurrection by failure. I think they mean resurrection after failure and after pride. But the ones
No,
who
this is what
died.
happens when your cleric gets a coughing jag in the middle of casting Revivify. You wake up as one of these.
The ones who died failing their duty, failing to protect their home. Their bodies are covered in shadows, with glimpses of neon lights that shine through their eye sockets and chest, utilizing these magical shadows for their own advantage. Stalking Shadow. You have proficiency in in the stealth skill. There we go. Additionally, while in dim light or darkness, you can take the hide action as a bonus action. And then Umbral Magic. You know the minor illusion cantrip. Starting at 3rd level, you can cast the Shadow Blade spell with this trait. You can't cast this spell with this feature again until you finish a short or long rest. You can also cast this spell using any spell slots you have of the appropriate level. Intelligence, Wisdom, or Charisma is your spellcasting ability for these spells when you use them. Choose when you select this race. Okay. I guess. This one just gets more stuff than... I guess resistance to fire damage and immunity to extreme cold could be helpful depending on the campaign, but the Stalking's abilities seem more useful.
Yeah.
Right. Like in general.
Yeah.
Do you want to take the Damning and the Undying?
Sure. The representation of resurrection by anger, being revived by the most negative emotion. What, did
Is
somebody
it?
rank them?
Is it though?
Brings the most negative effects over the fallen's body, being nothing but bones, necromancy thrive within them. That made what? Word soup. They are usually confused as simply mindless skeletons, even for the reanimated undead. What?
Oh, so some of these guys are skeletons and some of them are the body getting up? Interesting. Yes, they constantly make that
They're
neon buzzing
usually
sound.
Which begs the question of how are they good at stealth? Something slinking along behind you and you wouldn't know it was there except for the bzzz. Same kin. Undead with an intelligence of 7 or less will not attack you unless attacked first. Undead controlled by a creature or spell, such as a White's Life Drain ability, or resurrected by the Animate Dead spell, are not affected by this trait.
Interesting. This is your guy who has to do the Walking Dead thing, where they cover themselves in zombie viscera and then they walk through a horde. This is your guy for that.
But so these guys have no actual ability. Like,
Yeah.
this is literally just like, well, they won't stab you first, but like, that's it.
This is the you're so angry you died because you happen to be born in a town that is surrounded on all sides by cemetery. And you're like, God damn my luck. And then you turn into this guy so that you can walk through the cemetery. And that's the only buff you'll get forever.
You just wanted to be able to go for a stroll.
Yeah.
Alright, then we have the Undying, the representation of resurrection by revenge, filled by the emotions to pay with the same coin the ones who wronged them. Having missed
It was late.
it was like having missing skin, parts of meat being torn apart by their transformation, they usually wrap themselves in bandages to hide themselves. Okay, so mummies.
Hmm.
Unyielding Soul. You can use your bonus action to fortify your body. This transformation lasts for 1 minute or until you end it as a bonus action. Whenever you take damage, you reduce it by your level. Once you use this trait, you can't use it again until you finish a short or long rest.
Interesting. So, like, a really terrible version of Rage?
Yeah. Literally. Exactly.
Interesting. Interesting. I do like this art, though. I assume that's supposed to be the Undying. Why does he have horns, though? You know what? I'm not
Oh,
going to ask these questions.
I thought it was the Scorching.
Oh, could also be the Scorching if it's fire. Yeah.
Like really stylized fire. I don't know.
Hmm.
Impossible to tell.
It's true. 100%. The final subclass, the Everlasting. The representation of resurrection by fulfillment. Oh, here we go. If you led a fantastic life, this is what you come back as. The ones that refuse to stay dead until they finish their work. Their appearance is a mix of spectral and physical, where if any limb went missing, it is replaced by a specter of what it was. Interesting. Pseudo-spectral limbs. If you have a severed part and hold it to the stump, you instantaneously cause the limb to knit to the stump. After 24 hours has passed and the severed part wasn't reattached, your body instead creates a version of the missing limb, spectral in appearance but still physical. Okay. Unending life. When damage reduces you to 0 hit points, you can make a con save. On a success, you instead drop to... Oh, you have Undying Fortitude. After this succeeds, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. Listen. I'm not going to lie to any of you. If I could just have all spectral limbs, I'm cutting off my own limbs. Like, I'm not going through the pain of someone ripping off my limbs all the time. If they can just be ghost limbs. You know what I mean?
Well, they did say it's still physical. It's
Hmm.
spectral in appearance.
Damn it.
So
I'm going to keep
it's
cutting off
blue
my
and
damn limbs.
glowy, but you can still feel it.
Interesting. Interesting. Would you like to take us through the feats that Blue for Eternity has provided?
Oh, yes. Let's do it. Soul projection. You learn the Find Familiar spell and can cast it as a ritual. When casting the spell this way, your familiar is a specter, with it being an undead instead of celestial, fae, or fiend. While seeing through your familiar's eyes, you ignore its sunlight sensitivity trait.
Hmm.
Wait, so is it actually a specter, or is it supposed to be you? Like, calling it soul projection makes it sound like
It's you,
it's you.
but isn't a specter's way stronger than your average find? Oh, well, It says using find familiar. Hold on 1 second. I'm pretty sure a specter's way above 1/4 CR.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's find
Mm-hmm.
familiar, then they're not allowed to attack. Spectre's CR1. That's not that bad. But yeah, if it's through find familiar, it's not supposed to be able to attack. But the best part of a specter is life drain.
Yeah.
That's a weird one. I wouldn't. I would be like, don't do that. Learn find familiar if you can cast spells, but don't take soul projection.
Yeah. The past never forgets. You can choose to gain 2 traits from the race chosen from the race that you are. For instance, if you chose to be a fallen changeling, you can pick the shape changer and changeling instincts traits.
Oh, you only get. I didn't. I thought you just had whatever those races were. I misinterpreted the beginning. You get to
Yeah,
choose
so did I.
one.
I thought you got to be like, I thought you just were the
Yeah.
race
Interesting.
and fallen. Huh. I mean, honestly, if somebody's playing one of these, like, I'm gonna let them keep their racial traits.
Yeah. Especially
Like,
if you've been playing the campaign as that race and then you die, you become this dude.
yeah.
Interesting.
Like, you're not gaining enough by being this thing
Nope.
to, like, not also have your racial traits.
Yeah. Yeah.
And overwhelming emotions, also known as the defining characteristic of this entire thing.
Yeah.
As a reaction to being dealt damage, you can use your reaction to deal half the amount rounded up in psychic damage against that creature. It says physic, but it means psychic.
Yeah, I was like, Physic, you're an alchemist now? Where's Shin?
Where is Shin?
That's a good question. He said, I will be there late, and then we haven't heard from him since.
I hope more of his house didn't break.
Also, very true. I hope that is the case.
Yeah.
Ooh, I hope he still had power. I lost power for a little bit today. I mean, he's
Oh.
nowhere near me, but I feel like it's probably a little worse closer down to the city.
As long as you can see it. So you can only do. Okay. You can deal psychic damage if you can see it. Psychic damage is the one kind of damage that I would not think you would need a line of sight to inflict.
Mm.
But okay. This damage can't be reduced in any way. What
Oh,
if something is immune or has resistance to psychic damage?
interesting.
I mean, I could see like counterspell or something, but
Hmm.
like, what about immunities? You can use this reaction a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Okay, so like 2 of these 3 feats are like eh, and then one of them is like incredibly powerful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Like,
you're immortal, somebody casts fireball on you. You're not gonna die anyway, but you can cast a half a fireball's worth of psychic damage back to them without that being able to be reduced.
I'm like somebody casts lightning bolt or something on you, and you're like, and then you're like, I think you should have some of this back. Like, that's fantastic.
Like this is just begging for like if you have an evil party, like someone's gonna kill you during the night for you to come back as one of these things, and you are going to be the bait for every
Oh
single
yeah,
thing they
100%.
fight for the rest of time.
You are there's no back line for you after that. You are front line
Yeah.
until your proficiency bonus number of uses is used up. Like, no, get
Yeah.
out there.
We hope you like pain because that is what they're doing to you.
I wonder why he's always angry, and you're just like, "Grr!" And you see like your fallen is like on fire, like there's sparks coming off of them, and like there's part of them that's frozen. They have like 8 like blades are stuck in them, and they're just like,
Mhm.
like frothing at the mouth.
They're like, we don't know why it keeps coming back. Yeah.
You are a berserker. I was thinking like using overwhelming emotion. At first, I was like, oh, you should put this like this would be a cool feat to give to a barbarian, depending on their subclass. And then I was like, they have to have some like magic ability. I guess technically, technically, the Path of the Ancestral Barbarian would make sense for this. Like they take the hit and then they throw one of the ghosts into you, and that
Mhm.
like that ghost as it touches you deals the psychic damage. But they
Yeah.
already have rage and all that stuff, so they don't necessarily need it. But I love that feat. I just don't like that it's only for this one dude who I don't know. Like Awakened Undead, I'm I think I'm gonna end up putting in the repository. I don't know about Fallen. And not even just because of the the it was late while it was being typed. I just I don't know, there's like not enough in here to make me be like, yes, do this. But I also think same with Awakened Undead, like I wouldn't tell someone to start the game as one of these guys.
No. No, this is definitely your like backdoor way um for dealing with a character who dies prematurely.
Yeah. I'm like, should I change the way the repository is set up to put like beginner and advanced? Like the mentor is not for somebody who's just learning to play for sure.
No.
That's like
Yeah.
a super advanced class. But
But so good.
oh, so good, perfect. I don't know if you
Mentor with a commoner background.
ah perfection. I don't know if you saw this. Robbie put up the teaser for the Squire, which is the class that we're gonna get for free uh,
Mhm.
when the Kickstarter's over. But like one of their abilities is you just use some other class's ability, but you get to add an effect onto it with energy work. because like you've watched them do things, and I'm like, that is so sick. For those of you who haven't played Enclave, energy work is the term in universe for when you take an ability and change it in some way. Like you're messing with the energy of magic and superpowers in the universe.
Wow.
Backdoor me? Listen, there's no
I'm
back doors to my campaigns. It's just, are you at my house when we're playing? Well, then you're playing.
there's I'm mad that we're getting I'm mad that he put the Tessernaut so far down
Oh,
the stretch goals. Because I need that class so badly.
I feel like, from what Zella was saying, and I know that this is the thing that they do, I feel like if you're on agent resources, so like I showed you guys earlier my character sheet because I do everything physically, but there's a website just for Enclave for you to put your characters in digitally, and you can do all this stuff on it. But the cool thing is, if you're playing in games with like the conduits who are really well known, they'll tell the community manager, and the community manager will send you a code to just unlock other classes. And I know on agent resources, there's like a bajillion classes that probably aren't going to make it into the books.
Yeah. I know if I go, Zella, I really want that one, that she'll send it to me, but I'm trying not to abuse it. I asked her for the librarian the other night so I could get Seraphina like actually like loaded so I could just send people like the link when they're conduiting. And she sent me all of the base ones. I was like, thanks. Yeah.
Their community manager is like absolutely top notch. She is on top of everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Today's the first
I
day
worry
I
about
didn't
her
get a
sleep.
hi from her. Like she was at one point messaging every single person that was in the server, "Hello, how are you?" every day, which is crazy.
They have almost 700 people.
Yeah.
That is way too many to be doing that.
Yep. I was like, "Oh, I'm so glad." When she was like, I realized I can't do it anymore. I was like, "Oh, thank God."
Wow. Yeah.
Fist, we're gonna get you in a campaign at some point. I would also love for Awaz to get in on a campaign at some point too. Um, like we're gonna get everybody in. I think Fist, I can get you in a campaign when I start a campaign for Dex, because Dex was like, "Oh, you got to help me make my character for your current campaign," and I was like, "Yeah, for my current campaign." Yep, That's who you're gonna make it. He's already playing two different characters in the campaign now. I'm like, I'm not making. We're not. I'm not doing that. Unless you want to be someone you already are playing, I'm not doing that. Like we can, you can be in a different group, because the 6 players I have are enough, and we have a side of the table that never pays attention. We don't need anybody else. But yeah, I want to get more games going, and I want to get. I'll pop it up again. I don't know why I didn't move anything on my computer, but I was trying to set up a button to make the Geek Tank Games logo slide across the screen, and instead it was like,
Oh, yeah.
hey, that file doesn't exist. And I was like, no, I'm pretty sure it does.
I'm
And
looking at it.
yeah, I was like, all right. And I had to go reset like everything in OBS to redo the file. But yeah, I'm hoping to be running more games in person soon, which obviously doesn't help a lot of you, but uh, I don't running purely digital just doesn't rustle my jimmies, even though I know it would be quite nice. So there may be some. I do have 4 cameras now that I can run at any given time, so I could do the same thing I'm doing for uh, Creepshow Kate doesn't watch these streams, but I know if I told her this in person, she'd get upset because other people in my group got upset too. But they were like, "Oh, if you could change one thing from when you started DMing your campaign, what would it be?" And I was like, "I wouldn't have a both online and in-person game. I would do one or the other because there's so many extra steps I have to do to make sure that the online players are getting the same experience as the in-person players. Like I would just do one or the other." But I mean, if it's once or twice, I don't mind moving your stuff across the the board.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. It's fine. So I actually, speaking of Creepshow Kate, we had a conversation with her. We posted this thing about it was a Dungeons and Dragons meme and what have you. And I thought I misread it and I thought it was a sex thing. And I was like, that's weird. And I was like, and Creepshow Kate goes, well, I'm sure that there are things for that. And I was like, yeah, Awaz loves kinks and cantrips. It's a whole book series on that kind of stuff. Of course it exists.
I can see a little Geek Tank Games thing going.
Yeah. I had a conversation with my boss earlier today where I was trying to explain to him that TikTok, like we have videos going out with their ads. TikTok doesn't really care about ads. They care about people talking into the camera under the appearance that it is right off the cuff. So like the videos that I posted of my maps and being in line for the critical role panel are doing the best. And then he was like, "Hold on, I'll ask ChatGPT." And I was like, "Yeah, And he was like, "Wow,
No.
you're
Oh my
right.
god.
It said the same thing you did." And I'm like, "I know." And
Because I'm a human, not a machine.
yeah. And I was talking to him after that, and I was like, I can almost guarantee you that when I'm out there running games and taking pictures and videos of like the games that we're running and showing off our toys, like our social media will be doing much, much better.
Yeah.
We make toys. People have to play with them. But yeah, I would love to do that. Oh, for the record though, we do have a Geek Tank Games, while that's spinning across the screen, there is a discount code from DM Roundtable. And if I do ever come to an event, like if someone from the Gunks Gaming Guild happens to be watching this, not only do I have business cards with our discount code on them, but I also have a whole bunch of stickers that I printed from my little label maker. So even if I run out of business cards, which I will be running out of soon, I can slap one of them stickers on the baggie of stuff I hand you, and then you'll have our discount code, which is nice. And if you're watching this right now, if you're on YouTube, it's always in the description of newer videos. And if you're on Twitch, it's actually one of the banner items. You can click it right there, boop, and it'll put in our discount code. Our discount code will only work for your first purchase, but that just means use a different email when you make your purchase. I've been wondering if I should say that, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, it's fine. And I'm like, you know what else my boss is not probably gonna like? When I go to an event and I don't have enough bases, and I start making them on the fly with my 1-inch hole punch and some sticky foam. But I'm gonna teach people how to do that shit too. Listen, I need a base right now. Plunk! I got a base right now.
Yeah. This is not hard.
Mm-mm. But yes. Oh, we got to do our poll because we're back on track, y'all.
Yeah. It is good to be back.
It is. It's so nice to have something to look forward to. Like
Yeah.
once a week.
Oh
Thank you,
man. I don't know about
Awaz.
you.
What's
This
that?
was. Wait, why are we saying thank you, AWAS? I mean,
Put up
generally,
all,
thank you, AWAS.
yeah, put up all the links. That is
Aw.
so weird that you can't see that, but we can. I don't understand. I thought it was like a because you're also a mod, Nightbot doesn't show for you, but that's not the case
No,
because
I can see
DT can
it.
see them and Lacara can see them. I don't get it. For those of you on YouTube, I'm going to pop up the same stuff. It's going to take a while longer because Nightbot is very slow for no reason. Um, but we did talk about a Redbubble shop some, so I'm going to pop that link up. And then
Mhm.
there's also Ko-fi or Coffee or Ko-fi, whatever you want to call it. That's over there too. That's true. Yes. No, you guys are too nice. You don't gotta do all that. Um, our oh, it for some reason on YouTube the Ko-fi thing was. Oh, you know what we should have done, which I didn't even think of? That was so dumb. We had all these tables, and now both YouTube and Twitch have you can roll dice. You can even roll. I added 2d6. I think, please. Yes, I added 2d6,
Nice.
and I added advantage and disadvantage in addition to all the
Nice.
regular dice rolls. But we got them. I figured out how it works. For those of you who are on YouTube, you're probably like, what are you talking about? So you can actually put exclamation point 2d6 in there, and it will roll 2d6. And you can also put in 2d20, and it will roll 220s.
Cool.
Bloop. But poll-wise, for next week, our poll options are... hold on. I remember how to do this. I swear. I don't remember how to do this. Oh, right. There's no button for it. There's a button on YouTube, but you can only put in like two options. Actually, I think it's 3 different options, which is stupid. That's not enough options. But there has currently been a poll running on YouTube the entire stream for do you do spooky season one shots or things in your campaign, and no one has voted on it. But that's totally fine. We all know for some reason people only want to watch these streams on YouTube as VODs. Like nobody comes in for the actual stream, and that's fine. I'm totally okay with you guys hanging out here when it's a VOD. But nobody voted in that spooky season question. That's fine. We're okay with it. But I will give you the options for next week's topic. We have articles, items, not tems, items. There you go. Maps, a one-shot supplement, which, if that's confusing to you, it just means something that probably encompasses a whole bunch of different things, but we can get through it in one stream. And the last option is show and tell, which could be something we've made, or it could just be a tool that we all use. And by we all, I don't mean all of the DMs. I mean like, what you know what I mean. One of us uses. I would never make you go crazy. You're too cool for that.
We all
That's
know you
true.
know how to hit the buttons.
Yeah.
You are not. You, you do not need to hit more buttons.
Uh, next week's topics. Remember that if you're on Twitch, I'm putting the poll in there. Your votes get added to it. But once the stream ends, in our DM chat, we run the poll for a day, and then we add all the votes together. If you're on YouTube, I'm putting the choices in there right now, and you can either leave a comment or you can come into the Discord and chat with us about it, or you can hit me up on Twitter or Blue Sky, whatever you want to do to get your vote out to us. But you have like 24 hours from when the stream ends. And I should be able to get on them faster because I'm not currently doing a Let's Play stream on Tuesday nights anymore. Because
Yeah.
we're finally free. We made it west. We
You
don't need to go any further west.
You finished your manifest destiny.
Yes. Oh my God. Dex sent me a message. So I paid for the groups. The way Comic-Con works, Comic-Con tickets work is you like wait in a queue, and because
Mhm.
all the tickets sell out super fast, whoever gets into the queue first buys all the tickets. So I bought everybody's
Mhm.
tickets, and Dex hasn't paid me back yet. So I was like, okay, Comic-Con's over. Whenever you get a chance, just send the money over. And he was like, bro, I heard there's a PlayStation Secret Lair for Magic the Gathering coming out, so I'm gonna buy you the Horizon Forbidden West set, And I was like, oh, thank you. I get to be reminded of Horizon Forbidden West every time I play Magic now. Thank you so much.
Just say no, give me the money. Why would you do this to me?
He was like, it just makes me think of you. And I was like, I hate this.
Alright, I gotta go.
All right, I will stay with you guys until we get to the end of this poll. But thank you for joining me as always. I
Yes,
miss
have
these
fun.
Monday nights.
I know, me too. Oh my god, today was such a like capital M Monday. By like 11 a.m. I was like, is today done yet?
Oh.
But now it is. Close enough. Alright. See you guys.
Bye. Ooh, a vote for articles. Interesting. Ooh, the spooky season sounds are so nice. Really like them. I will also use space pirate. I will also say that currently the topics that we have seen the least of totally are articles and one-shot supplements. So they're gonna be on this list for quite a like they'll pop up every 3 uh, because the way I'm running it is I won't put in a topic that we've done within the last 3 sessions. Um, they will pop up pretty frequently. I'm trying to make them all sort of even. I will also say that you all voted for the thank you stream this month. I'm actually going to be doing it on the last Sunday of the month, which I haven't had a chance to do in a very long time. You guys voted for catalog something, so we're going to catalog all the stuff in itch.io's Games for Gaza bundle, which came out in 2023. But we're gonna go through that. I make spreadsheets on Google Drive, and I share them with everyone because Itch's system for like viewing what's in a bundle is absolutely abysmal, and it makes everything so hard. So I share that, and it's got tabs for like video games versus TTRPGs versus books versus music. Uh, we'll go through them. It's something I used to do back in the day, and I think it's honestly quite helpful. Though this is a pretty old bundle, um, but I figure we did do the BGM list last time, so I want to do something a little different for the catalog. So we're gonna do that. That'll be the last Sunday of the month, probably like 2 p.m. I'm gonna start. I don't know if we're gonna finish the whole thing because it used to be that those streams took me like I used to stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I streamed for an hour to like 2 hours in a block, and they would take me like 2 weeks to do. So there's a potential that we actually finish it in one sitting. I wouldn't be mad if we finished it in one sitting, but there's potential that we don't, and that means I'll just stream it again a little bit later. So we can finish it off. I can give that out to people. I'll also give you guys a sneak peek that my plan for this week's Patreon post is to have the list of minis up for Street Masters, since we unboxed that last month. I was supposed to do it sooner, but I just haven't had a chance. Um, that is the Patreon post for the week. That one will be free, so it's not like I'm not hiding notes. It's not behind a paywall or anything. And it'll be linked on the video so people can see what box had what in it. I also would love to, in the same sitting as that, uh, sleeve all the cards and separate them so that they make more sense. But I don't know if I'm going to have the time to do that this week. So we'll see what the Patreon post will actually be. I will do my best, but we'll see. Yeah, that's all the catching up I needed to do. Regardless of what topic we choose for next week's DM Roundtable, though, it'll probably also be spooky season themed. I don't know if it's going to be as spooky season themed as these two, but we'll see. Speaking of that, I am going to add Awakened Undead I think is fine. I will definitely add that. But again, I just feel like as far as races go, I don't. Both. Neither of these I would consider, like we said. Like I don't think. Uh, Neither of these should be like your starting race. But I do think that there are ways to continue a character's story. For sure. So we're gonna put you in. Boop. I should put the feats in as well. But a lot of the feats, I think. Ooh, all monster part. That okay. That could work. That could very well work. I like that. That's a good idea too. Homebrew feats. Here we go. Okay, so I want Awakened Undead to actually fully load. Oh, it's here already. I'm just stupid. Whoops. Okay, let me make this smaller. Where are them feats at? Okay, so feats. I think these are both fine. I'm not gonna put Twice Awakened in here because maybe I should and just preface it by like story reason, not one that you can choose. And again, stuff in the repository. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. It's being weird. Undead. Oh, good. I only have to make one line. Hell yeah, dude. Modified remains. I will write it in, but I will put that. Um. I don't remember what I was putting the. Yeah. Okay. In like this. The last one is. I think soul binding is fine. It's pretty cool. Soul binding. Give me this. Boom. Like they're not woefully unbalanced, but they're a little. You're right though. If you're doing like I'm an all monster party and what have you, yeah, I'm worried about him. Thank you for reminding me. I'm gonna bother him. Are you good, man? Everything okay? Um. God damn. Okay. Your vote for articles has been recorded. I'm gonna put Fallen in here. But like, I go over to races. Oh, I see there's a, yep. Nope, nope, that ain't it. No, friggity I hate when it does that. I can do at the end of this, though. So, when you're on OneDrive like this, if the line has, like, if there's extra underline under it for the link, if you click anywhere in that line, it just brings that link up, which is a weird thing. And a lot of the times, if you hit backspace on the next line, for some reason, it deletes the link. So some of the stuff I actually lost the links for, and I had to like go back and figure it out again. I'm gonna save this one. Here you go. I got this. Boom, 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 boom. Uh, I'm going to ignore these two, but give overwhelming emotions. E, F, G. There you go. Bop, 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 bop. Nice. But yeah, I think these are pretty cool. I definitely don't think that Fallen. I feel like I should also change Awakened Undead. I feel like though Awakened Undead is easier to start a campaign with. I definitely would not give Fallen. I wouldn't be like start a campaign as a Fallen. It's definitely just a way to extend your story. I feel like there's other reasons you could be an Awakened Undead. But I think you're right. If you were starting like an all weird races party, they'd be fine because they would have naturally like joined up. But yeah, we are done with another episode of. Yes, you could do Raven. Yes, 100%, 100%. You could do Ravenloft. Let's say with DM. Did DM Shin respond? No, that's not good. All right. In any case, I want to say thank you, AWAS, thank you, Fist, thank you everybody for tuning in and hanging out, and we will see you next week. I'll let y'all know. Well, I mean, you'll know earlier than normal if you're in the Discord server because I'll post in stream previews what's going to happen next week. I'm just going to pop a link up in there on the YouTube channel for that in case anybody wants to join. But yeah, thank you for joining us on our week back. There will be more of us next week. I can almost guarantee that. But until then, roll dice, be nice, have fun, play as many games as possible, and then come to the Discord and talk to us about them. Please. Until then, bye everyone. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to say bye on Twitch. Actually, I'm going to say bye on YouTube first because it takes Nightbot longer to respond there. So there's a bye over there. Here's another bye on Twitch. Bye everyone. Your votes have been recorded. I will add them to the list. Bye. I mean, I'm saying bye to you guys. I want to talk to you in the server in like a millisecond. Y'all know how it'd be. Bye, Twitch. Bye, YouTube.